Hi, welcome to this 30-minute yoga class. I'm Andrea, and I'm glad that you're here. You might wonder, sometimes people talk about a Vinyasa class. I mean, what in the world does that mean? Well, that's what we're going to talk about and move through today. I'm on a yoga mat. If you don't have one, that's okay. A carpeted floor would be great. I am using a chair, so it would be great for you to have a chair for this practice for some of the Vinyasa things that we're going to explore. A couple of blocks can be helpful. If you don't have blocks, 2 thick books. And also a folded blanket can be helpful for when we get on our hands and knees and for some of the seated postures that we do. Once you've got all that at the ready, we'll start in a Tadasana mountain pose. Feet hip distance. This is the bedrock pose of all postures in yoga, including our Vinyasa, which is a series of poses that start right where we are now in our mountain. With your feet hip distance, let the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and 2 points at the heel feel solid. A foundation from which you can stand tall. Allow your hips to be over your heels, so we're not dumping forward or arching back, what's called a neutral pelvis. Above that, turn your palms away from you and feel that. Open your heart at the shoulder, and then align shoulders over hips, over heels. And lastly, ears over shoulders, over hips, over heels, and a gaze at the horizon. Let's call it a bright horizon. It's here that we start to establish our breathing, which actually is a little part of Vinyasa. See if you can breathe in and out through your mouth. Sorry, through your nose. In and out through your nose. Breathing through our nose, scientifically speaking, is so good for us. Let your inhales feel deep and rich, and your exhales feel complete. And every cycle of breath, a little bit slower, a little bit more mindful. One of the definitions of Vinyasa is breath guiding movement. We'll start with that definition. Inhale, arms out to the side, a V shape overhead. And then just exhale your arms alongside your body, palms face out. Again, like that, inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale. Arms alongside your body, palms turn away. One more time. Inhale, arms out and up. And exhale, arms alongside your body. Adding on. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, the arms will come alongside you, but hinge at the hips, and now place your hands on your thighs. Let the inhale take you into a longer spine, and you can press into your hands a little bit to establish that length. Exhale, a little bit more hinge at the hip. Inhale, arms out to the side, V shape overhead. Exhale, arms along your side, and we're in our mountain. So if you can, 1 breath per movement. If not, just breathe as you need to. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands come to your thighs. Let the inhale lengthen your spine and open your heart. Exhale, fold with a little bit more hinge into the hip. And then inhale, arms out to the side, up to the sky. Exhale, arms alongside your body. One more time, I'm just going to cue the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. It's a moving meditation. Inhale and exhale. Adding on to our moving meditation and moving towards another definition of Vinyasa, which is a series of postures that is a sun salutation. This is where our chair is going to come in handy. So situate it in front of your mat where you can get your hands upon it. Stand just about a foot, maybe a little bit further away. We'll get the spacing perfected as we go. And we come back to breath, guiding the movement with a little bit of an addition. Inhale, arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands onto your thighs. Now transfer your hands onto the base of your chair. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, as you fold, step back a little bit so that we're coming into something that almost looks a little bit like a down dog, but we're not letting our head get lower than our hips here. You can press into the base of your chair. Feel that there's a little bit of oomph in the arms and quite a bit of oomph in the legs. Your legs are moving towards straight. All of us are going to have a different experience here. That's what makes the world go round. So celebrate where you're at here. If it's sticky and tight, that's where it needs the most love. Keep breathing here in our downward facing dog. Actually, this version of it is called puppy dog. How about that? 2 more moments. Think of lengthening all 4 sides of your waist as we're here. Firm through your feet and through your belly, and walk forward towards your chair at that probably foot away from your chair base. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, little bend in the knees, hinge at the hips, hands to thighs. And then inhale, arms out to the side, up to the sky. And exhale, standing into our mountain. Again, inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Maybe hands come to the base of your chair right away this time. Inhale, length into your spine, firm through your belly. Step back until you've got like a little bit of a V shape in your body. Make sure it's not too far back. And here's the other thing. We're not wearing our shoulders into our ears. So spin the inner upper arms away from each other as you're here. Don't stand too far back where it's too hard to hold yourself up. Breathe into this new mountain shape and pause. Now, just for fun, see if you can coordinate a firm belly, and when you're exhaling, walk your feet forward to that just in front, a foot in front of your chair space, so that we inhale our heart forward. Exhale, fold at the hips, keep the belly firm. Inhale, arms out and up, and then arms along your side, and you pause. Great, again like that. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold, place your hands on the base of your chair. Inhale, heart lifts. Step back, find the positioning for your down dog or your puppy dog as we're calling it. Spin the inner upper arms away from each other so we're not crowding shoulders into ears. Find a stretch in the back body, a hinge at the hip, a place where you're not struggling in the neck, keeping the head the same height as the hips, not any lower. If you can coordinate it with an exhale, that's great. Firm through your belly, walk forward into that position in front of the chair. Inhale, heart reaches. Exhale, fold at the hips. Let the inhale take the arms out and up, and then stand into your mountain. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and hands come to the base of your chair. Inhale, your heart forward. The exhale walks you back into our puppy dog position, and we take 2 rounds of breath here, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. See if you can use your exhale to step the feet to that position just in front of your chair. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale, arms out and up. And then stand into your mountain. Adding on to this as our vinyasa. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands to the base of your chair. Inhale your heart forward. Keep your hands on the base of your chair. Step your left foot back. And now we're in a lunge. Remember, we're still not letting the shoulders crowd into our ears. Pause for a moment, just like this. Now, some of you might feel balanced enough to take the hands light on the base of the chair, even come up a little bit with your hands on the base of your chair, eventually even upright, thumbs to the sky. Return your hands to the base of the chair if you did that. Now be careful because we've got to make an adjustment for space. Step your back foot forward a little bit, step back into your puppy dog shape, or down dog. And then let an exhale walk your feet about a foot from your chair. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale, arms out and up. And then stand into your mountain. Adding on again, second side. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the base of your chair. Inhale your heart forward. This time, step your right foot carefully back. We're in a lunge position. Our hands are on the base of our chair. You can be as close to the chair as is helpful. No shrugging of shoulders. We have a lift of our low belly, and the left hip is drawing back, and the right hip is drawing forward, and there's no need to go anywhere else but here. If it's interesting and you feel the balance to be there, you can come onto your fingertips on your chair, maybe even venture upright. Let there be a V shape. Gaze at that bright horizon. If your hands came up, return them to the base of your chair. Make sure that you're close enough to your chair to get your right foot flat, your left foot flat. Make your way to your downward facing dog and breathe. If possible, coordinate it with the exhale to walk one foot in front of the chair, and then inhale, heart forward. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale, arms out and up. And then stand into your mountain. We'll do that one more time. It's our modified Surya Namaskara B. Inhale, arms out and up. Just if anybody asks, if it comes up at a party, that's what it is. Fold at the hips, hands to the base of your chair. Inhale your heart forward, and then step your left foot back. We're in that lunge position. We're still not wearing our shoulders into our ears. Think right hip back and left hip forward. You can stay here or come onto the fingertips, or even take a brief moment, arms to the sky, thumbs to the sky. And then hands to your chair base if they're not. Hop that left foot in so that you're close enough. Make sure your weight is in the chair. Step it back to downward facing dog, and then just pause. Think of this as a pause in the action where we're folding in on ourselves, a contemplative pause. Try to coordinate your exhale and your movement. Feet come a foot in front of your chair, and the inhale is where your heart reaches forward. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale, arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky, and then stand in the majesty of your mountain. One more side. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands to the base of your chair. Inhale your heart forward. This time the right foot steps back. Find your lunge position that feels supported enough. You can be on the fingertips or base of the chair the whole time. Only if it makes sense, come all the way up, thumbs to the sky, a V shape. And then return your hands to the base of your chair. Make sure you're close enough that you can navigate into your puppy dog, down dog. And then a contemplative pause as we fold in on ourselves. There's an inward turn of our attention and a fold in our body. That's what that mind-body business means that people talk about. Coordinate it if you can with an exhale to walk your feet a foot in front of your chair. Inhale. Heart lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise and reach. And then exhale into your mountain and pause for a moment here. Find that gaze at the bright horizon. So one definition of Vinyasa is a sun salutation. And we just did our version of sun salutation A and sun salutation B. Now we'll make our way to the floor. So perhaps that chair is helpful. Finding your way onto the ground, and then you'll move it out of the way maybe. If it's not in your way, don't worry about it. Mine, I just want to make sure you can see me. This is where patting underneath your knees would be a pretty great idea. And then shoulders over the wrists, knees upon your blanket or hip distance apart. Breath guiding movement is the perfect thing for a little bit of a cat-cow. So the cow is a little bit of an arch and you kind of get sassy with your hips to the sky. And then the exhale is a rounding, drawing your belly in. None of this is exaggerated and we're not doing it with our neck. So a little inhale, length through the spine, and exhale, rounding and doming. Think of our hip hinge that we were talking about in a forward fold, and let the hip hinge now go into a little bit of a back bend. We'll coordinate it with breath. Inhale into the little bit of a back bend. Exhale, rounding. Really great for our pelvis to stay mobile like this. Inhale and exhale. Take a couple of rounds with your inhale and exhale pace. And then child's pose just for a moment so that we can let our wrists release. You might make fists or roll them around a little bit because we're going to come back on the hands and knees, and I want your wrists to have a little respite. Coming back to hands and knees. This is a bit of core work and also of breath work. Take your left leg behind you on the ground as if you were going to step into a plank, and then take your right arm out in front of you like you're shaking somebody's hand. Lift that left leg off your mat. Exhale and bring your right elbow to your left knee. Inhale, extend the two away from each other. Push into the ground so we don't collapse into the left shoulder. Exhale the two together. And inhale, reach them apart. Do as many or as few as you'd like. Exhale. And inhale. Twice more on your breath rhythm, or snuggle into a child's pose if you've had about enough of me with this. All four limbs on the ground, so right hand and left knee, and then we'll join our friends who might be in child's pose. Turn your palms up so your wrists get a little bit of a break. Make fists, make circles, whatever helps. And then we come back onto all fours for our second side of that breath-guided movement. Right leg steps back, left arm reaches forward like you're going to shake someone's hand, and right hand presses into the ground so we don't collapse. Lift that right leg, coordinate with breath. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach them apart. Exhale, just do the best you can. You're doing a great job. This is a tricky one. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And I'm going to leave you to do a few on your own breath. And I'm going to remind you that you don't want to collapse into that right shoulder. Oh, and that you're breathing. And that you're breathing through your nose, if you can. And then place left hand down, right knee down. Come into child's pose. Pause for a moment. As we come up, you may want to find a folded blanket, maybe even more padding as we sit in a cross-legged seat. So if you find that your knees are really high to the sky and this is tight, and I've got tight hips, so I understand, you may want to sit up on a little bit more cushion. So even a cushion from your couch would be fantastic. And then instead of crossing right at the ankles, see if you can cross a little bit more where the ankle is underneath the knee. So another definition of Vinyasa is placed with special care. That's what we're going to do in our cross-legged seat. You're seated on enough cushion that you're not collapsed, and that you feel like we could sit here relatively comfortably for a couple of minutes. We've crossed, so we're not right at the ankle. We've got a little bit more of a hip opener, a little bit more for the muscles around the hip, a little bit less tension on the knee. That's with special care. And then with special care, place your palms up or down. Let your gaze be out in front of you at that bright horizon. The intention is placed with special care as well. Adding a twist to our seat, coordinating breath and movement, and placing with special care. Inhale the arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right. Now just stay here. There's a V shape overhead. Inhale, growing taller. Exhale, little twist. Inhale, growing taller. Exhale, a little twist. One more time. Inhale, grow as tall as you have been yet. Exhale, left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Right hand placed carefully behind you on your blanket, maybe carefully behind you on a block or a book if the ground feels far away. And then inhale, tall. Exhale, just subtle, little movement. Different from the sun salutation sequence definition of Vinyasa is placed with special care, although that is part of the sun salutation. And breath guiding movement, again, part of the sun salutation. But this too is Vinyasa. As you inhale and grow tall, and exhale, find a little loving nudge into your twist. Place carefully your intention and attention as well. And gently turn your gaze forward, unwind just as mindfully, placing with the same special care your hands into your lap and your gaze forward. Then breath guiding movement, inhale, arms out to the side, thumbs to the sky, V shape overhead. Exhale, turn to your left now. Inhale, growing tall. Exhale, a little bit more turn. Inhale. Exhale, a little bit more rotation. Last one, inhale. Exhale, right hand outside the left thigh, left hand back behind you. Maybe you find that block. The breath guides the movement of inhaling length through the spine and exhaling into your twist. Placed with special care in the rotation of the spine, in our intention, and with our attention onto our breath. A few moments here. I'll leave you with some silence. And then carefully turn your gaze forward. Same special care on the exit. Unwind. Take a moment to mindfully notice which of your shins is in front. Lean back. Let your legs extend for a moment. Sometimes it feels nice to give them a little waggle. And then cross with the same special care into your second side. Think ankles underneath knees. You're propped up on your prop. Palms up or down in your lap. And now our special care is placed into a silent meditation. And close your eyes or gaze at that bright horizon. Continue to think of placing with special care. You can stay here in our seated meditation to finish the practice, or you can lean back and lie down into a Shavasana final meditation. So I leave it to you to decide. If you're seated and that feels great to you, perfect. If you want to lie back and lie down, you can do that with bent knees and feet as wide as your mat in constructive rest. Or you can completely straighten your legs and fall into the floor. Close your eyes, maybe cover your eyes if you're comfortable with that. The ultimate placed with special care. Now, as always, You're welcome to stay in your Shavasana final meditation or seated meditation as long as you'd like. If you're ready to start to make your way back, gently move your fingers and toes. Since we're breath guiding movement, think inhale as you reach the arms and legs from one another and stretch, almost like we're waking up all over again. Roll to either side, bring your knees into your chest. Use the strength of your arms. Join our friends who might still be in the seated meditation. Rest your palms on your lap and take this idea of vinyasa with you out into your life. Place things with special care, especially your attention. Let breath guide your movement and salute the sun every sunrise. Thank you for practicing with me. I'm Andrea, and I look forward to us practicing again together soon.